But I've had situations where, like, oh my heaven's sake, how could they have thought that? Well, I have a tool that I can deal with that. It's called jury notwithstanding the verdict, judgment notwithstanding the verdict. I can say there is no possible way that a reasonable jury would have reached that conclusion. And all right, am I following the law or am I making law? Okay, I'm following law. I'm an impartial referee, but it's hard to factor out my own emotions.
That is just unbelievable. That is Judge Arthur Engoron in a video that just resurfaced where he's telling a group of college kids why he doesn't always use juries in his trials. Joining us for more on this is on the Trump civil trial is former New Jersey Superior Court judge and host of the Judging Freedom podcast, Andrew Napolitano. Judge, this stunned me when I saw it. I'm wondering what your reaction as a judge is to what that judge said. To me, basically admitting that he's prejudiced in certain cases and that he's essentially just not on the level.
Well, and he also, of course, said, I don't know if it was in the same talk, but he was wearing that same purple shirt. Trump's a bad guy. Look, whatever you think of Donald Trump, good guy, bad guy, sinner, saint, worthy of public office or not, whatever you think of him, he's entitled to a fair trial like everybody else. And a fair trial means a neutral jurist, a neutral jury. Now, the statute in this case says no jury. In my view, and the view of others who observe this, that statute is unconstitutional. Why? Because the Constitution of the United States says in all cases where more than $10 is involved, 10, not a billion, 10, you're entitled to a jury trial. But the legislature of New York, long time ago, before Trump was on the scene, 100 years ago when they wrote this statute, said no jury. His lawyers should have challenged the constitutionality of the statute. They would have lost the challenge, but by doing that, they would have preserved that right on appeal. Now, because they never asked this trial judge, we want a jury, they don't have the right to make that claim before an appellate court, so they're more or less stuck with him.
Okay.
What do they do when they're stuck with him? They keep pressing him on whether or not he's fair and whether or not he's biased to see if more of this anti-Trump bias comes out.
Yeah, he is like central casting, by the way, for somebody that I would envision saying that about Donald Trump.
I thought I would central cast
that
for a judge.
You central casting for a judge that would say something to the effect of, I don't like Donald Trump, which is what he said. I'm paraphrasing. So let me just set this up for everybody at home. So that's the judge prosecuting Donald Trump. Here is the attorney general who brought this case forward, Letitia James. This is her campaign video. This is brief from 2018.
I'm running for attorney general because I will never be afraid to challenge this illegitimate president when our fundamental rights are at stake.
How does Donald Trump approach this? How does his legal team approach this? How is any of this fair in this country?
Okay. First, an observation. It is, in my view, my humble view, a profound defect in the New York state system. The prosecutors, attorneys general, and judges run for office. And when they run, they make campaign promises intended to arouse votes. Justice is not always popular. It has to be driven by the facts and the law, and not by seeking votes. The far better system is an appointed system where the candidates are scrutinized for their intellect, their fairness, and their knowledge of the law. Okay, now to your question.
Yep.
Trump's lawyers must, at every possible opportunity, even if it means irritating the judge, point out prejudices and decisions and positions taken that appear to be based on politics rather than on the facts in the case. And they must continue to drive home the following.
Wow.
Trump paid back the loans. Nobody lost any money. This is just a paper claim. It's not a real claim.
Yes.
She can't produce a single victim in this courtroom because there aren't any.
Great point. Judge, we'll pick this up again very soon. I appreciate you breaking that down as always, Judge Andrew Napolitano. Great having you on.
Pleasure, Rob.
All right. After the break this morning, Jersey Congressman Jeff Van Drew with more